Love is in the air as we've made it to Valentine's Day, and Pokemon Masters has got us covered with some brand new character outfits and stories. Well, in the land of Pasio, it's been an annual tradition for trainers to celebrate Palentine's Day, a holiday very similar to Valentine's Day, but rather than being overtly romantic, the emphasis is on showing appreciation toward your pals.
Hold up!
Bro, imagine getting pal zoned on February 14th. And while I haven't really covered this event in the past, this time is different because we're getting just a little more than usual. Typically, the special outfits for characters in this event have been focused on baking or sweet treats in general, so this year we have Victor and Candace as special sync pairs. And we actually have some amazing official 2D art to show off these designs, both of them drawn by artist Shibide Katano. So I figure let's go ahead and chat about them. I feel compelled to because I've been using a customized player character from Sword and Shield as an avatar in my videos. So now seeing Victor without his hat and wearing a hoodie, all I see is Gatorex. We finally have peak character design, which is just a hoodie plus jeans and sneakers. So that's a great place to start. Victor is paired up with the Galarian favorite Greedent as his partner Pokemon. The hoodie is the most notable part, using patterns of citrus, pecha, and lumberries all over it. Of course, the pattern is meant as a nod to potential ingredients for the sweets as well as Greedent's favorite food, but I can't help but see the similarities to the brightly colored sweaters that you can purchase in Sword and Shield. And while the apron has a print featuring the big Chungus Pokemon with those berries, it also has a design in the lower half resembling the pips of a chocolate bar. There's also a Pecha Berry pin that doubles as a heart shape because it's still Valentine's Day themed. I also really like how there's a detail about how the hoodie sleeves can easily be rolled up while working with food, and once again I'm very proud to see some representation in the Pokemon games. In fact, Victor is the first boy who's gotten a Palentine's Day alternate outfit. I like how they're leaning into the whole theme of cooking curry that's present in Sword and Shield and then turning it into a design for this event. Also pairing him with Greedent, which is from Galar, as well as having an additional alchemy event later in the week is just the icing on the cake. Before this, I had always thought that Brock would be a funny addition for the first male Palentine's Day sync pair, but now seeing all these aspects that were brought together for Victor, I'm very happy with the execution. And then we have Candace as the other character, and I've gotta be honest, this outfit is also peak. Her dress is so bright and colorful, clearly as it's meant to resemble malt shop waitresses. While I was thinking really ice cream shop in general, as she is an ice type trainer, I thought this detail was really interesting for them to mention, because when you think about it, that term specifically describes it perfectly. Especially with the color palette and the bright stripes all over, it's screaming 1950s America. Again, a lot of the other outfits in the past were pretty focused on baking or cooking with how they just all had aprons, but I really like how this one stays in the theme of desserts and is able to do something completely unique. That's how she can also incorporate the visor, which distinguishes her look as being waitress inspired. The design sheet points out the hearts with the 3 little dots as a reference to the Galarian Darmanitan that she's partnered with. Darmanitan has 3 ice crystals on its head and 2 on the chest that are meant to look like how snowmen are often decorated. It's the little details like this that make it all work. Also, I know it feels like she should have had a Vanillix as her partner Pokemon, but B already had that when she was featured for Palentine's Day, so yeah. What we really need is a milkshake variant of Vanillix. That would have been perfect. Also, the character sheet gives us a better look at the snowflake design on her watch, kind of an interesting accessory to give her, but it still works to add that little bit of flair. She wears some boots which are in character as an ice-type trainer from Snowpoint City, but I think that might even also be a reference to roller skates like those of car hop waitresses. I've seen a few people draw some fan art of her that uses that motif and it works really well. Oh, and she gets to keep the same socks as her default look because they still match. I am so glad we've gotten this additional art for these characters. Even though we see them a bunch in the game, there's just something about releasing these little character sheets that gives us a better look at what they were cooking.
Won't you be mine? Take a chancey on me. Don't be crabby.
What are you doing?
Looking for the perfect Valentine's Day card to give out.
How about this one?
Hope your day is ghastly. Ooh, that's it.
Stay tuned for more Valentine's Day on Kids WB.
The event in-game itself is pretty cool as well, nothing huge or lore-heavy like we might see in others, but I thought it was pretty cute. A few of the trainers on Pasio have asked Victor for some help in teaching them how to cook or show their appreciation to someone this coming Palentine's Day. Koga wants to make something for his daughter Janine, Caitlin wants to make something for her butler Derek, Gordy wants to make something for all his fans, and Candace wants to make something for Maylene. I like how they all have different types of relationships in mind, again showing how this event is kind of enhanced when the focus isn't inherently romantic, though I would never rule out that possibility completely. Also, I thought Gordy was gonna say he wants to make something for his mom, but nope, only the fangirls get cookies. Candace is putting all of her focus into this practice as she's dressed for the occasion and brought her Galarian Darmanitan, which we find out was actually given to her as an egg by
Mommy? Sorry.
Oh man, I guess she found out she wasn't getting any cookies from Gordy. So yeah, Melanie gave Candace an egg and she raised it into the Pokemon she has now. That's a cool little detail. She says she'd happily give a Pokemon to a fellow Ice-type trainer as somebody's apparently too busy with Rock types. Sheesh. It's actually really neat getting to see Melanie and Gordy interact a bit more. We didn't see a whole lot of that in the base game, given their version exclusive gym leaders. Once the work begins, we get some nice interactions between them all, especially with how Koga at first makes a bunch of dried food, claiming it's the most efficient for a ninja. Caitlyn uses her money to buy the best ingredients, and yeah, that tracks. Though she learns that it's not about the price of the ingredients that matters, but more so the love you put into it. Gordy has a talent for baking, who knew? Candace put in maybe a bit too much focus, making a mountain of food that's more than a single person could eat. Victor tells her instead to focus on something smaller that she knows Maylene would like. So after an outfit change, she subtly brings up the topic in conversation, and learns that she just likes anything Candace has given her in the past. They've all been special memories to her. Palentine's Day arrives, and everyone gives out the food that they've made, and it's exactly the cute payoff that you would expect. Though unexpectedly, Gordy actually takes time away from his fangirls and gives something to Melanie, saying that she was technically his first ever fan. Oh, that's sweet. And now while all the fighting type users are out training for the inevitable fighting game that they should all be in, Candace and Victor show up and surprise Maylene with some stew to warm them up, being the same food that Candace had given her one time when she was training on a cold day. And the event ends with some really cool splash art of the two featured characters. I thought it was a nice little event. Honestly, the perfect thing to play through during a cold February day like this one. I think this is really the strength of Pokemon Masters, how we can have big, interesting events that build up their own lore, as well as a bunch of fun little celebrations between friends and family members. Like I said, I don't really cover every little event in Pokemon Masters like I should, but I was really drawn to this event due to the extra art pieces that were released alongside it. Though getting to see some more of my favorite characters spend time together was really worth it. Giving Victor even more to do is great as well, considering how much Gloria has gotten in this game already. We'll officially welcome Victor to the Let Him Cook crew. I'm really gem broke right now, but I was actually able to get Candace and Darmanitan in a single 10 scout, so thankfully luck was on my side this year. Now we just need to scrape together some more gems to roll for Victor. But let me know what you thought about this Palentine's Day event and which of the two new sync pairs is your favorite. Anyway, I should probably get to baking some of my own Valentine's Day treats. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, especially the great Gators. Thimin Van Ryn, Cynical Medic, Post-Training Arc Cyberman, Choco Swig, Foxy Gamer 179, Bjorn the Fell-Handed, Ruby Trans Cutie, Ben's Quizon, Marzi Beast, Dartholomew, That One Girl Into Video Games, Pio the Genius, DeAndre 961 Pro, Justin Dow's, Moth Ballard, Mathaclock 947, Lockadox, Nomad Nobi, Alex Wiss, Cheeseburger Lasers, Pastel Blood, Taijirai, Justin R, Volity, Cosmo Zero, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, and a brand new monthly members only podcast, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
We'll both be rich when we catch.
Today, celebrate Valentine's Day with Team Rocket as they deliver trouble to your favorite kids' WB stars.
Isn't it romantic?
Plus, catch 2 all-new Pokemon adventures. It's Team Rocket's Valentine's Day, starting right now on Kids WB.